Hey there, welcome back to our channel. Do you want to show up higher on Google? Maybe you're just starting out and you need a quick SEO refresher? Well, we've got you covered. Let us break down 25 must-know SEO terms in just a few minutes, so you can finally understand how search engines work and how to beat the competition. Alright, let's do this. First up, we have keyword. This is the word or phrase that people type into Google. For example, best coffee shop near me. Next, we have long tail keyword. This is a longer, more specific phrase that usually has less competition. An example would be best vegan coffee shop in Brooklyn. Next, we have SERP, which stands for Search Engine Results Page. That's basically what you see after typing something into Google. Next, we have organic traffic. These are visitors who found your site naturally through search engines like Google, Bing, etc., as opposed to through paid ads. Now, let's talk about on-page SEO. This is the practice of optimizing your website content such as titles, headers, and images to help search engines understand what your page is about. We also have off-page SEO. This is the practice of building authority for your website outside of your site, mainly with backlinks. So basically, any links from other websites pointing to your site, and the more high-quality links you have, the better. Speaking of backlinks, next up, we have domain authority. This is a score from 0 to 100 that predicts how strong your entire website is. Then we have page authority. This is a score from 0 to 100 that predicts how strong a specific page is. Now, to build authority, you need to focus on quality content and backlinks next. We have anchor text. This is the clickable words in a link. An example would be check out our SEO guide. Next, we have meta title. This is the blue title you see in the Google search results. Meta description, on the other hand, is the short summary under the title in the search results. Next, we have alt text. This is the image description that you add to your images. It helps search engines understand what your images are about, and it's also used by screen readers to describe your images to visually impaired users. Let's move on to crawl. This is when Google bots scan your website pages to see if they've been updated. Next, we have indexing. This is when your page is added to Google's database after it's been crawled, and once it's indexed, it can show up in search results. We also have sitemap. This is a file that lists all the pages on your website that you want search engines to crawl and index. Now, speaking of robots, did you know that you can tell Google which pages not to crawl with a robots .txt file? This is a file that contains instructions for search engine robots. Alright, moving on. We have bounce rate. This is the percentage of visitors who leave your site after viewing only one page. A high bounce rate could mean that your page is unrelevant to your visitors, or maybe there's an issue with your site. Next, we have organic ranking. This is your position in the search results. So you can see the top 3 here are the featured snippets, and then you have everything else. Remember that ads can also appear on the top, and sometimes they take up the first few positions. So to get a spot in the top 3 organically without ads, that's where you want to aim for. Next, we have keyword stuffing. This is the practice of overusing keywords in your content. Stuffing keywords into your content so that it ranks higher in search results. It used to work, but now search engines are smart enough to know when you're doing it. And it can actually hurt your rankings if you do it, so don't do it. Moving on, we have duplicate content. This is when you have the same content published on multiple sites, and search engines don't like it because they don't know which version is the original. Next, we have canonical URL. This is the main version of a web page. It's used when you have duplicate content. So basically it helps search engines decide which version of the page to index. Next, we have local SEO. This is the practice of optimizing your site to rank well for local searches, or searches with location modifiers like pizza near me. Local SEO includes things like Google My Business listings and location pages. And speaking of Google My Business, we have a whole video explaining what it is and how to use it right over here, so make sure to check that out. Next, we have search intent. This is the reason behind a search. People search with different intents, like to learn something, to buy a product, or to compare prices. So search intent is basically what the user wants to get out of their search. And finally, we have featured snippet. This is the answer box that sometimes appears at the top of Google results. It's basically a summary of the answer to a question based on the search query. And getting your content to show up in featured snippets can be a great way to get more traffic. And that's SEO made simple. Do you know any other SEO terms that might be helpful for our audience? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to follow for more easy digital marketing tips. See you in the next video.